News right now, the Kittery Police Department speaking to provide an update on this morning's deadly shooting on the Piscataqua River Bridge. Let's listen in.
All right, folks, we're ready to go now. My name is Colonel Bill Ross with the Maine State Police. On behalf of myself and Colonel Mark Hall of the New Hampshire State Police, we're here to bring you up to date on an incident that's been occurring over the last day. This is still an ongoing investigation, so we're going to get you as much information as we can right now. But again, I want to stress, it's still an ongoing investigation, and we're not going to be able to give you all of the details at this point. That will be coming in the days moving forward. I first want to thank our partners in this, the Kittery Police Department, the York Police Department, the Elliott Police Department, certainly the New Hampshire State Police, the Maine Turnpike Authority, the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office, and the United States Coast Guard for their assistance in this. So there are a lot of partners involved over the early morning hours that helped bring this to an ending. But to go into some of the details right now, at approximately 2:07 a.m. on this date, August 29th, the York Police Department received a 911 call from a male stating that he'd been involved in a fight with his wife in the town of Troy, New Hampshire. During that call, he told authorities that his wife was dead. The New Hampshire State Police responded to the residence in Troy, New Hampshire, and located a deceased female. At approximately 2:30, Kittery Police located the male's vehicle on the Piscataqua River Bridge, parked in the southbound lane in the state of Maine, right in the middle of the bridge. Law enforcement agencies from New Hampshire and Maine responded and tried to negotiate with the male. The bridge was shut down for several hours to protect the public, while the negotiations were attempted and the scene was secured. The Maine State negotiations were ultimately unsuccessful. The male then exited his vehicle, and at that time he raised a firearm. Maine State Trooper Craig Nielsen and two New Hampshire State Troopers responded with deadly force. The male subject was located deceased in the water below the bridge and was declared dead on the scene. He fell from the bridge. The male subject was recovered by the Coast Guard at that time, almost immediately after falling into the water. Law enforcement officers on scene located an 8-year-old child fatally shot in the back seat of the vehicle. This death is not associated with the officer's use of deadly force. I want to stress this right now, that the child's death is not associated with the police officer's use of deadly force today. We have information that is not the case. I just want to make sure that everyone's clear on that moving forward. Maine State Police Major Crimes and the New Hampshire State Police Major Crimes are investigating the deaths of the female and the child. The troopers involved in this incident are on administrative leave pending the Maine Attorney General's investigation into the use of deadly force, which is our standard procedure. Again, the northbound and southbound lanes were closed for a number of hours, and they were reopened just after 9:30 this morning. Traffic had been diverted off the main line in both New Hampshire and Maine, so we were able to move traffic through alternate routes. Again, that was with great assistance from our partners in this. I'm not going to be able to take a lot of questions, but I will field some at this time if you have them. And again, please be patient with this. This is an ongoing investigation, and when we have more information, we'll make sure we get it to you folks.
Relationship between the victims and the suspect?
The family. Father, husband, wife, and child.
Colonel, can you explain where the child was in relation to the suspect who was shot and then fell off the bridge?
All of that is stuff that we're not going to be getting into right now. Those are some of the details of the investigation. We're going to let our major crimes units and the Attorney General's office work through those particulars, but I'm sure that information will be available in the future.
Colonel, how were you able to determine the child was not
Again, that's part of the investigation that's ongoing, but based on information we saw, it was very clear that the officers that were involved in the shooting did not fire on that child.
Colonel, did he point the gun at police that were responding? Can you give us a little bit more information on what happened?
Again, the particulars of that, he had a firearm. He was raising the firearm. Again, I think the investigators are still looking into the particulars of that.
Colonel, at what point did your troopers know that there was a child in the car after they shot and killed the suspect or before?
The child was found after the altercation with the male subject. They were not aware that the child was in the car at the
But you
time.
never notified your police when he said that he had a fight with his wife and that he shot?
Again, I think those details will come out in time. I know everyone wants to know the why. Right now, we're going to be focused on what happened and try and getting that information to you. Again, ongoing investigation, a lot of details that we still need to uncover. A lot of work has been done on this. Again, I want to thank the agencies that were involved. Anytime you shut the main line down on Interstate 95, that's a big undertaking. When you add everything else that happened regarding this incident, a lot of people had to come together to make this work. I'm also very proud of the working relationship that we have with the New Hampshire State Police Major Crimes Unit and the respective Attorney General's office. We have had the pleasure of working them on several occasions, and this is no different. Hey folks, again, we will have more information coming to you as this unravels, and we have more to provide to you. Again, a lot is happening. I think you have enough now. Moving forward, when more information becomes available, we'll get it out to you. Thank you for your patience, and be safe. Thank you very much.
The gender of the child, sir?
And right now, what you're seeing here is Kittery Police just wrapping up, giving us the latest information on the officer-involved shooting that happened earlier today. So here is what we know right now. First of all, this is an ongoing investigation, but they tell us all of this began around just after 2 this morning, around 2:07. Police received a 911 call from a man saying that he was in a fight with his wife. This was in Troy, New Hampshire. He also told police that his wife was dead. Police did confirm this. Kittery Police told us here in this conference that they later found the suspect's car in the middle of that bridge that connects New Hampshire and Maine. That was around 2:30 this morning. They say they tried to negotiate with this male suspect first, but it was unsuccessful. And so the male got out of the car with a gun in hand, at which Kittery Police say they fired. They said they used deadly force. They also tell us that an 8-year-old's body was found in the car. Now, Kittery Police did stress the 8-year-old's death was not associated with officers firing, not associated with officers' use of deadly force on the male suspect that was in the car. They do tell us, of course, those north and southbound lanes that were closed for several hours are now reopened, and that the relation of the male suspect and the woman, the wife in Troy, New Hampshire, and the 8-year-old child, police say that they are all related. They are all family. This is an ongoing investigation, so not too much more that they can give us right now. But stay with us here on CBS News Boston and WBZ News, and we will continue to bring you the latest as well as the latest updates beginning at 5 o'clock.